So when Doctor Who came back in 2005, it surprised a lot of audience, although some may be like, is this gonna work? But as the credits roll, it surprised everyone and gives you goosebumps. So when the movie came out and there was no season after that, the fans started to lose hope until Series 1 where Christopher Eccleston as the Doctor came along. So Doctor Who was on hold for about 15 or 16 years, apart from the TV movie. So as the series relaunched, it started fresh with the new writers as well as the new Doctor.
I'm the Doctor, by the way. What's your name?
Rose.
Nice to meet you, Rose. Run for your life!
Christopher Eccleston is a fantastic Doctor. He's pretty moody, very dark, but also does care about humans as well, despite that he has problems with them.
Because I'm busy trying to save the life of every stupid ape blundering about on top of this planet. All right.
What he also really pulls off is that he talks technical.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
It's called the TARDIS, this thing. TARDIS. That's time and relative dimension in space.
And the bit where he tells Rose about the Earth and that he can feel it.
1,000 miles an hour. And the entire planet is hurtling around the sun at 67,000 miles an hour. And I can feel it.
The Doctor is really back.
Clinging to the skin of this tiny little world, and if we let go.
And he certainly loves the word fantastic.
Fantastic.
And the fact that they sound northern, he really does explain when a lot of planets have a north.
If you are an alien, how come you sound like you're from the north?
Lots of planets have a north.
The Doctor suffers trauma from the Time War when Gallifrey with the Time Lords are gone.
There was a war and we lost.
A war with who?
And he had his companion Rose to make him better.
I'm left travelling on my own because there's no one else.
Who's me?
When I first started watching Doctor Who, Christopher Eccleston was my first Doctor. Rose Tyler is a relatable companion. She's an ordinary human who lived in a normal life. She has a mum, Jackie, her boyfriend, Mickey Smith, and she has a job working in a shop. Rose is my favourite companion. She's the first companion I've seen. And I really loved her with the Doctor, both 9 and 10.
I'm so glad I met you.
Me too.
And it is amazing that she's played by a pop singer, Billie Piper. And I thought it's a brilliant choice that they started the new Who series with Autons, the classic monsters. They remain scary.
Run!
It reminds people why they love the show so much. So after dealing with the Autons and the nesting consciousness, Rose runs away from Mickey and goes into the TARDIS to travel with the Doctor. Starting with Platform 1, Space Station, at the end of the world.
All those years, all that history, no one was even looking. It's just...
Then Victorian Cardiff during Christmas meeting Charles Dickens and dealing with Gelf zombies.
It is open. We descend.
This kind of show really does get people tuned in. When the credits roll, people are so excited to see what happens in the next episode on the next Saturday. What I love about Aliens of London is that it shows what happens if you travel with the Doctor, and especially with a faulty TARDIS, you've ended up back home 12 months later.
It's not 12 hours, it's 12 months. You've been gone a whole year. Sorry.
And the Doctor got a whop for it.
I am a doctor.
Prove it. Stitch this, mate.
Slitheen is not a species. Apparently it's a family name. The species is Spraxicoricophalopatorians, and they originated from the planet Raxacoricophalopatorius. It does take some practice to say those words.
Slitheen is our surname. Jacrassa Felfoch Passamid de Slitheen at your service.
So you're a family.
So they fit into human skins as a disguise, which makes them pretty gassy. Which is why they fart, which I thought was pretty amusing.
I'm shaking my booty.
What I love about those monsters is that they do a mystery where there's something not right about that person and it turns out to be an alien in disguise.
Us. They get us. It's not a diversion, it's a trap.
Slitheen are really funny as well as really scary and running with their claws out. And because they're made of calcium, their weakness is vinegar. So yes, Slitheen, stay away from the human kitchen.
Excuse me, do you mind not farting while I'm saving the world?
The first episode of Doctor Who I watched was Father's Day. My mum was aware that I do love movies or TV shows that got monsters in them, and people running away from them with suspenseful. I often play these games in a school playground as a small kid, so it's definitely likely that I love the idea of Monsters of the Week and having someone mysterious being the main character, as my mum explained. So she showed me Doctor Who, and Father's Day was my first episode. And then after watching the episode with the Reapers, and I couldn't be any more excited to watch more episodes. Henry Van Statten works in a museum collecting parts of aliens and artifacts just for exhibits at any cost.
That's a Slitheen's arm. It's been stuffed.
Oh, look at you.
And canoodle or spoon or whatever it is you British do. And you, doctor with no name, come and see my pet.
But what he kept in the cage was a Dalek. I just love how the Doctor shows his rage because they're all supposed to be destroyed in the war.
The great space dustbin. How does it feel? What for? What are you going to do to me?
That Dalek was broken, it was damaged, but Rose brought it back to life. Which she'll probably regret. The Dalek is pretty updated. What it was done to make them more terrifying and works better is the purpose of the plunger.
What you gonna do? Sucker me to death?
And you can't sneak up behind the Dalek in that brilliant action scene. And also, more famously, that Dalek managed to hover up the stairs, so there's no getting away from the Daleks no matter what. The unusual thing about that Dalek is that Rose gave that Dalek an emotion after exposing the mutation.
Are you frightened, Rose Tyler?
Yeah.
So am I.
Rose reminded the Doctor what he would be if he fired a gun.
Jin. What about you, Doctor? What the hell are you changing into?
So in the game show, while the Doctor was in Big Brother,
You got chosen.
Chosen for what?
You're a housemate. You're in the house. Isn't that brilliant?
Captain Jack is in What Not to Wear.
That's exactly what it says on the tin. Am I naked in front of millions of viewers?
Absolutely.
Ladies, your viewing figures just went up.
And Rose in The Weakest Link.
I'm gonna play to win.
3 and cue. Let's play The Weakest Link. Start the clock.
I thought the robot of Anne Robinson was pretty scary watching this as a kid.
Bitch, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
During the time when I was getting into Doctor Who, my mum told me that they were going to have robots in that episode. I was like, oh yes! As I was really excited about it, and I love a bit of scary robots. Watching it, and I really loved it. When I first watched it, I actually thought she was the main evil robot, but it turns out the Daleks are behind the game show, and that was my first glimpse of them.
Explain yourself.
I said no.
What is the meaning of this negative?
It means no.
And it was so cool seeing many of them shouting exterminated with the light flashing.
Doctor will be exterminated!
Parting of the Ways is my favourite 9th Doctor episode. I love the 2000 sci-fi intense style where people are trying their best to destroy a Dalek with their guns, but obviously it doesn't work and they get exterminated. But yeah, this was really my first time seeing the Dalek on screen, and watching this as a kid I was like, wow, they are pretty scary and threatening, which is why I loved it so much. It gave me goosebumps and it got me so excited.
You are the weakest link.
The Emperor Dalek returned and the design was perfect, it was so cool.
Rose, Captain. This is the Emperor of the Daleks.
You destroyed us, Doctor.
It gives me shivers, especially when I was a kid.
The planet will become my temple and we shall rise. This will be our paradise.
The gas mask zombie started off with an empty child, a boy with a gas mask attached to his face, looking for the mummy during World War II.
Are you alright up there? Mommy.
It reveals that there was no cause of death, as they're pretty much not dead.
They're not dead.
They're creepy, they're scary, and they do give children nightmares, like myself. The nanogenes mistakenly turned people into gas mask zombies.
This lot have never seen a human being before. Don't know what a human being's supposed to look like.
I thought it was a clever way of explaining it.
They do what they're programmed to do. They patch it up. Can't tell what's gas mask and what's skull, but they do their best. Then off they fly, off they go, work to be done.
And as everyone is cured, everybody lives.
You want moves, Rose? I'll give you moves.
Which is a great 9th Doctor moment, and Chris really pulled off that speech. I thought it was definitely well written.
Everybody lives, Rose. Just this once! Everybody lives!
Captain Jack Harkness is a time agent from 51st Century, played by John Barrowman, and I thought it's cool to have an action hero as a companion.
Digital rewind. Nice switch.
He flirts with everyone he sees, including aliens and robots.
But you're unarmed. You're naked. But that's a compact laser deluxe. Where were you hiding that?
You really don't want to know.
And I reckon What Not to Wear scene in the Bad Wolf episode was definitely made for John. And what was so unusual about that character is, after he gets exterminated by the Dalek...
I kind of figured that.
Rose, who looked into the time vortex and used the power to bring back Captain Jack to life and made him immortal so he can't die.
How can I let go of this? I bring life.
which sets up for a TV show, Torchwood. And it is a shame that Chris only did one season. I thought he was fantastic. The Doctor absorbed the time vortex from Rose, which killed every cell of his body. When he tells Rose that she is fantastic, and so he is, you can tell that it was time to say goodbye to the Ninth Doctor.
Before I go, I just want to tell you, you were fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And you know what? So was I.
And this was the first regeneration scene I saw, and watching it as a kid, my first time, I thought it was the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Hello. Okay.
I mean, first seeing it was pretty gloomy. Seeing a guy changing his face.
That's right. Barcelona.
Yeah, sadly Chris only did one season. Honestly, I would definitely love to see him do more.